All right, Masinbulise kwakhona babukele Informa Digital Television. Sisese madatiyela kwakhona sikwi sigaba sesibini ke sengxoxo umcimbi we-elections zakwa local government ngomhla wokuqala kuNovember ka-2021. Welcome to the Informa Digital Television. We are in a political debate. We are preparing for the local government elections on the 1st of November. We are here in Matatiele. We gave a notice in our page today saying that we have invited the councillor candidates to come and represent their political organizations in a debate here this evening. We were supposed to start at 6 o'clock, but we are unable to do that now. Let's say we invited the African National Congress, we invited the EFF, we invited the AIC, we invited the ATM, we invited EDA, we invited, but what we can say is that you don't see all of them here. You only see the Democratic Alliance and you see the ATM. These are the only two parties that have decided to come to this political debate tonight. We can say that we tried to phone the other parties so that we can find out what is happening with them, but some of them, their phones were off, and an ANC councillor told us straight that she's very busy. She can't come here. She is very busy. Mind you, we have spoken to the regional secretary. It is the regional secretary that requested the ANC councillor candidate to come here, but she says she's very busy. But we are going to continue with the parties that are here tonight. Let us welcome Undade Tsebo Letsi, where ATM, African Transformation Movement. Welcome, Dad.
Welcome, Sazas. Diabulela, Ubalabo, sneak opportunity. City peace in our land.
Okay. All right, spin the foot spenayo, councillor candidate, Conrad King, Umele, Democratic Alliance.
Thank you. Thank you for your for the time you've afforded us, and I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you to all your listeners and viewers as well.
All right, we are going to kick off because we said we have invited the councillor candidates from Ward 19. Our program is that we are going to be here at Ward 19, and then the next one is going to be at Ward 20. The next one is going to be at Ward 1, where we will be talking to the councillor candidates. We just want to find out to see their capacity. Ukhona ukuthi kanti umuntu uze nje into yoba yena occupy isitulo kanti engayazi nje nalento ayizeleyo apha kulo masipala into yokuba uzokwenza ntoni kanye kulo masipala, umazi kangakanani lo masipala. Kungakho sithe let us engage as councillor candidates so that nawe uzozazi bhetele into ozoyenza ke. Xa ufuna ukubuza ungafumana i-chance nawe yokuba live. Kukhona ilink phaa kwipage yethu apho uzoklikha nje kuyo, uzongena ukwazi ukubuza umbuzo kula madoda amabini akhona apha ecaleni kwekudade
Sazas.
sikwamasipala apha Matatiele local municipality. Just a simple question. Do you know into kokubana imalini mhlawumbe ibudget yalo masipala walapha umasipala aqhuba ngayo senze imfuno zabantu? Noba more or less ukuthi uyazi straight.
Ndizawuza kulo more or less.
Yes.
Because it's the safest.
Yes.
Msasazi ndingumhlali walapha eMatatiele. Ndingumhlali walapha eWard 19 phayethu kule.
Yes.
Ukusukela kubazali babehlala apha besebenza apha. Besiqhele ukuya kwi-council meetings. And phaa kwi-council meetings uyabona xa kusabiwa izitya. So more or less iMatatiele it's running at slightly above 400 million.
Okay.
I-budget yakhona erana umasipala unyaka wonke.
Conrad,
For one.
do you know how much budget for this municipality? You can even go further and say this municipality is getting so much in the revenue collections.
Yeah, I think not to be
Exactly. Yes.
maybe 650s around there, you know. And I think that has a lot to do with how our town is run in any case. Yeah.
How do you feel about our town? How is it run? Are you satisfied with the way things are happening?
Man, I wouldn't, let me put it to you this way. I wouldn't be running if I was satisfied with the way the town is run.
Okay.
You know, Andile, while we were out canvassing, one question came up. And this question came up all the time. That question is, what are you going to give me if I vote for you?
Yes.
Okay? What are you going to give me if I vote for you? And there's been promises of T-shirts and food parcels and money and houses. And then another one comes and it says, but we were told if we're going to vote for you, they're going to take away our social grants. Okay? And then it got me thinking, when I hear this, I think to myself, there's actually another question that is evident. And that question is, do we know why we vote?
Yes.
Do we know why we vote? Or are we conditioned to vote in a certain way? You see? Because if we're conditioned to vote in a certain way, then we're just doing the same thing over and over and repeating the same mistakes over and over. You know? And elections to me, it's not about what you want. It's not about what I can get. Elections are far more important than a want, what we want. You know? It's far more important than a want. Elections is the direction in which your country or in this case, our municipality is heading.
Now,
you see?
Yes. Now, I just want to turn that question around and
Yeah.
say, why are you standing? Why do you want to be a councillor in this Ward 90?
Okay. So that's how I will answer your question. Right. So when I'm saying that elections are more important than a want, okay? And we start seeing elections as the direction in which our country or our municipality is heading, right? Now I want you to see this, because when we start thinking of our elections as such, we will then obtain accountability. We can then say to our civil servants, because they don't want to be known as civil servants anymore, we can say to them, hey, well, you work for my pleasure. I elected you there. So, if I elected you there, I have the power. So elections is when you come and you stand at that steering wheel and you say, hey, our town's being looted. Grab that steering wheel. Our town got no service delivery. Grab the steering wheel. Don't just sit there. You grab that steering wheel. You see?
So that you can correct the wrong things.
Correct the wrong that's happened.
Okay. That
You see?
we are moving Conrad. Ndifuna ukhethe kuwe into kokubana as siya local government election, it's a very critical election. Yes. Because sithetha ngemfuno zabantu ezilapha kufutshane nathi. Uyayibona loo nto leyo. Wena ke ngomphinda ukubuza, how do you want to change the situation esikuyo apha kwa-Ward 19?
Ndiyabulela msasazi. Ngalombuzo ubaluleke kangaka because uyango apha kufele khona ithoba. I-ATM ngeyingekho ngeyingacontesti futhi nalapha kwa-Ward 19. Iqale ngo-2018 ukufonyishwa kwayo because abahlali bengathandi i-direction i-country iyanga kuyo. Sifuna ukujika le direction siyise kwi-direction efunwa ngabantu. Nalapha ke on the ground andithi sina 3 spheres of government, nationally, provincial, and nalapha local good. But there, as you said correctly, it's critical upper on the ground because kulapho at the coal face of service delivery. So says single ATM. Amongst our pillars, mhlambe kufuneka ndizoyamise ikwazi ukundiguide. Sine slogan esithi put South Africa first. Iputsa. Le putsa, it's a clear program yalombutho esukuyo we-ATM. And phaya ekugqibeleni kule putsa ndini kukho imele accountability. UConrad uthethe ngokuthi aba bantu xa sibona ukuthi ngathi basa imoto eliweni kufuneka uthini uthi grab the steering. We are on that path of grabbing the steering. Sifuna ukujika le moto ingahambi ngale ndlela ihamba ngayo because siyayibona ukuthi iya elweni, it's going to take us over the cliff. And we cannot allow it under our watch as citizens ukuthi le moto iyosiwelisa elweni sijongile. So as citizens sithe masiphakame sithathe sibambe impondo zenkunzi esiyibona. So i-ATM ikhololonto sendithethe nge-accountability, ndithetha nange-transformation, but ukubaluleke kakhulu sithetha nge-servant leadership. UConrad izawuba ngathi mhlawumbe ndiyenza yena thina sinebutsa endingayenza unpack. Last servant leadership ithi we are not the bosses of the masses. We are actually the servants of the masses.
All right. Okay, masibamba on that for now. Ke sithitsile nje phaya evenkleni sizokwazi ukulungisa. Siyabona ba sebeyagaleleka ngogaleleka ngosizokwazi ukulungisa. Masibe siye evenkleni.
Kiss your car problems goodbye. M&J Automotive is here to help you. They specialize in mechanical and general maintenance, electrical wiring, motor vehicle service of all types of cars, and many more. On top, M&J is accredited with RMI, and they're the only ones also accredited with AA in the Northern Eastern Cape. And that is not all. M&J is in partnership with many car insurance companies. Good news, you can do your bookings and payments while at home using the link below. They operate Monday to Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. You can visit them at number 2 Mzamo Drive Industrial Park at Mount Fletcher. For more information, please contact Justice at 039 004 0059 or 061 490 1305. M&J Automotive Center, the experts in automotive technology.
Did you know that you can get up to 8,000 short-term loan with low interest rates at Mark Capital wherever you are in South Africa? We've made things easier for you because we understand your desperation. You just need to apply online using WhatsApp or email by sending your ID copy, latest pay slip, 3 months bank statement, and proof of residence to 078-692-0199 or email us at info@markcapitalloans.co.za or call 039-205-0005 from Monday to Friday between 8 and 5 p.m., Saturday between 8 and 1 p.m. Pensioners and weekly wages people are welcome. Terms and conditions apply. Mark Capital is registered with National Credit Regulator. Mark Capital, lending you a helping hand.
Create beautiful memories for all your occasions with Bells Decor and Hire. We start from planning to executing your events, giving you stunning setups that are clean, classy, and to our clients' best taste. Bells Decor and Hire offers a variety of services from wedding to birthday decor to corporate and funeral decor. We also have an in-house flower boutique that offers breathtaking floral arrangements for all occasions. Having a strong team and resource center means we can offer services to our clients no matter how big the crowd. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 083 776 1284. Follow us on our social media pages, Instagram and Facebook at bells_deco_hire. Bells Deco and Hire for all your event needs.
Alright, welcome back. Masibuyele futhi kwakhona enkqubeni siphinde simbulise babukeli kwindawo enibukele nikuzo. Ngoku ke sithe sajoyinwa lilungu layo i-Patriotic Alliance for the first time eMatatiyela. Sibone i-Patriotic Alliance lo nguSharon David Bezedenwood. Then siphinde futhi sibe naye usisi where EFF yena nguChristine Maybeck. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Masose Nkale, Apo Ukuwe, sis. Why have you decided to stand or to be a councillor candidate? Why?
I've decided to stand for one candidate because I can see that as EFF we can do something. We can change the situation that we live in North End. Especially there's this place that we in the new section. The new section, there's a lot of things that needs to be done, but we have the government that is ruling. So now we intend to help the residents by fixing their houses that have cracks. We should visit. When we visit and we check these RTPs, if they're still in the right standard to be living in. There is the Jarvis Street. That street, there is this old RTPs that were there before these ones were built, the ones that are new now. Those ones, no political party has been in that house and checked the condition, how they live in. And then the floors and everything, we have to check all those things, if they're still in the right standard. And we believe that when people vote for us, we're going to make change by means of decreasing the what I can say, okay, it's fine. Then the means of decreasing.
All right, maske sibesindiga uSharon sizobuya sisi kuwe. You can just take 10 your pages and look at what you want to talk about. Sharon, let me come to you. For the first time, you want to be a councillor. I want this question. Why, Sharon?
You know, to be honest with you, first and foremost, with the Patriotic Alliance, they are God-fearing political organization.
Yes.
And in that family, God comes first. So if there is no God, there is no Ubuntu.
Okay.
So he believes that once we've taken over, we will be able to make sure that God goes back into the schools. Secondly, there's a problem, there's a big crisis in Ward 19. Ward 19, the kids, once they finish, complete with grade 9, they've got nowhere to go to. And this in turn makes their mindsets, they become idle. So what do? They turn to drugs. We need rehabilitation centers for our kids. That is why at large the community is suffering, the break-ins, the robberies, the thefts, everything. It's because of this drugs. And the main core of it also is because there is no education for our kids. So the PA will make sure that God goes back into the churches, into the schools. And there we can ensure that our children have a grade 12 where they can continue, because most of the grade 9, they got nowhere to go to. Then, Also, service delivery as a PA, we will look timelessly every day to ensure that the budgets are spent wisely. When I speak about the budget being spent wisely, I am referring to many things that are taking place in our community. Our roads, we are in town, but our roads are worse than some rural area roads. But there is a budget for it. Sanitation, talking about homes, the EFF candidate spoke about it, but I will just top up on what she mentioned. Whenever there's a small rain, the houses are bubbling up with human waste. Who lives like that? Nobody goes back. The council does not go back to the people. The thing became no more a race about humans. It became a race about pocketing.
Okay, Shaz. Makasithethe notata ke lo ongenayo utata we-EFF. Tata uzazise nje ubese usixelele into okubana yintoni wena ufuna ukuyitshintsha apha kwa-19. Masikwamkele.
Okay, mandizazise kuqala.
Yes.
Ndingubhusi Mikitsi from Ward 19, number 55 Long Street. I belong to AIC.
Yes.
The major thing endijongene nazo Ward 19. Into yokuqala, manditsho i-crime is a problem.
Yeah, okay.
You get it? A crime, among things, it promotes, yes, poverty plays its own role. But at the same time, unemployment. You get it? Because we cannot separate a crime and unemployment. That is the hunger from this. There's a lot of many things we see here, whereby it is hard even going at night because of many other things. We fear, as I say, crime has gone up. And as it's a pity, I'll be repeating some of the things because they're just overhead when I came in here. You get it? Indlela is a problem. You get it? Indlela is a problem, Ward 19. Really, it's a problem. Okay. And we can just say that street is being fixed at once. We don't know what's happening. And secondly, one thing we say that is a problem is adding to all these things, doing away with this tender issue. We have got the issue tender system is a big problem. That actually, it is adding more. It is adding more to crime, to a level of poverty, to a level of whatever. Well, there was a material.
Utata yena uvele watsho ngqo into okokubana bona bafuna ukwenza ntoni. Utata, ndibuyele kuwe. Ithini indlela nina as i-policy yenu okanye imanifesto yenu yokutshintsha sithetha apha nge-crime? How are you going to fight crime? Sithetha apha nge-lack of imisebenzi. How are we going to deal with that as the ATM? And you must remember, the technicality of local government is that you are not hands-on. There are people about administration. Kube nini ke ngoku nina nithatha izigqibo ngokomthetho pha khawuthethe nathi nathi.
Ndiyabulela msasana. I-ATM njengoba yithi African Transformation Movement, mhlambe ukuthi siyidefine kuqala. Sinalathi esinaye pha, sinaye kwi-main values or pillars zethu, which is into ethetha nge-transformation. Masiqale si-transforme aba bantu othetha ngabo. I-officials, we must transform how they perceive, how they approach things. They must be transformed. I-transformation izawungena kanjani ngokuthi thina kuqala, thina as policy makers ze-ATM, thina zi-councillors, siqale sibe transformed. Sizawutransforma kwaphaya e-counselling. Sibaxelele ukuthi noko insizwa zakuthi oko sihamba ngale ndlela sihambile for the last 27 years or 25 years at least in the case of a local government. We don't see a change and it. So what do you think? Do you think ufuneka siyokuta la ndoda futhi ethi ubugeza madness? It's when you are doing the same one and the same thing, repeating it, but expecting different results. Do we want to go there? Ngoku singabantu uThixo esiphe ingqondo ukuthi sicinge ukuthi noko. Let us transform, let us change izinto, indlela yokwenza. uSharon uthethe ngobuthixo. Yabona ke ngoku wandibetha apha because i-ATM it's based, very based, but amongst other things umbutho onabantu abathembele kuThixo okanye abanobuthixo ngaphakathi. I will make an example wena Bhuti Andy. Umntu umbeka apha, ubeke wena apha, ubeke lamntu esibabisa ukuthi liphara. Ubabeke apha. Wena, it's unlikely ukuthi you can commit crime. Why? Because you have got a lot to lose. We are born. In the first place, your integrity. You know what if ngomso ndizawubona ecourt kuthiwa ndigophula umthetho, I respect myself isisiqu sami. So my integrity izawube iphi, isithunzi sami nje sabe siyi. But umntu olowa oliphara, it's easier for him to go out because he has lost everything. Yabona uluze nobuntu obu bakhe. Sinobuntu, sine-transformation, singumbutho othembele kuThixo. Aba bantu ababa imali kangaka ndati Andy. Ekuthiwa xa kuthiwa nasi isifo, kona ngoku sithwele ndithuliswe isifonyo sami. Kuthiwa nasi isifo. Umuntu ukhupha i-calculator, uyabetha ukuthi by the way, where is my card? How much am I going to get? Yabona ke ngoku ngabantu abangamoyi kuThixo because he does not understand ukuthi i-budget xa ikhutshwa for service delivery ikhutshelwa ipokotho zethu okanye ikhutshelwa ukuyoqhuba ukuthi i-services.
Then i-ATM izoyilwa kanjani loo nto that uba mayingenzeki?
Andithi sithi sizawutransforma ingqondo zakho.
Okay.
I-approach ilapha engqondweni yomntu.
King, tell me, how are you going to deal with this issue, a crime? Be specific and say, as DA, we are going to do ABC.
Crime has a root cause. It's not just you wake up one day and you're a criminal. As my brother said, crime has a root cause. Okay. So first we need an assessment to see where this is. And I tell you, in Ward 19, we know the causes. We know the causes. And just like the drug problem, we've known the drug problem. The drug problem has been going on for years. And it started out small, but it has been left to carry on. As a result, you've now got the community member having to police. In fact, just today, there were suggestions of a community policing forum or community things going on, community policing, you know? Why? Why should the community do that? That should be the municipality or your government's thing to keep you safe and secure. Your thing is to keep your yard and your person secure. You with me? So this is how we plan to do that, is to get into that community. The only way you can know what's wrong in a community is if you're in the community.
Then in the municipality, what are you going to do? How are you going to fight corruption there in the municipality?
Big problem as well. If I give you 20 million a month, and I tell you on condition that after 5 years, it's my turn, okay? You will take that 20 million, okay? But after 5 years, you're now sitting in a position where you're thinking to yourself, hey, but I've been getting 20 million a month. Now I must give it to this. Hey, no, wait. You see? So that's how the whole thing starts. And if we can nail down that story, and as my brother said as well, your timber system, I mean, it's been proven. Bottled water, 50 rand for a small 250 ml bottled water.
Yes.
And nothing gets said, nothing gets audited.
But the DA is not going to change anything when
Yes,
it
they
comes
will.
to
It's
the
the DA
tender system.
No, the DA has a proven record in crime. It's been proven. Where the DA governs, things get done.
All right, Shaz, let me come to you. Corruption in the municipality. How are you going to deal with that? And also crime in our places where we reside. What are you going to do?
Okay, first and foremost, in the community, we would get the same guys that are creating this crime. We need to get them into a rehabilitation center. These people need Christ. These people need love. These people need care. If they have family members that are around, they need to be deported back to their family members to take care of them. We are going to make sure, because there's so many vandalized buildings that can be used for the use of these young kids. They can be taken and be used for them. They can be made a rehabilitation center. They can train. They can. A lot of them are skilled, believe you me, and a lot of them are educated. That is the first step. Second step is getting the same guys into a job, into the municipality. If we have to get this municipality, everything is going to zero. Your rates, the indigency, that some people, the indigency number one is a problem, because you find some households the mother is not working. And the daughter is earning maybe a salary of 2.5. But because the daughter is earning a salary, she does not qualify for indigency. That is not right. Because that child has got her own obligations and commitments to take care of. So firstly, we'll start there. And then with the rates and tax. Also the issue of, if you do not pay for your electricity, if you do not pay for your refuse removal, you cannot have access to electricity. That we will stop completely.
Okay. Then let's fight corruption in the municipality.
Within the municipality, yes. If there is, I don't, with all due respect, he wants to do away with tenders. We also firmly believe that, but we believe if there are tenders, it must be given to local business people. There are young entrepreneurs out there. Why aren't they called, gathered together, educated, and come and apply for the tender and be given the tenders? Why must it only go to certain people, and there's only certain tribes or, well, maybe certain camps that get tenders? That is not right. This matter does not belong to certain people. It belongs to everybody. And if we get in the municipality, we're going to start clean by zero.
Okay, let's go to Usisi Paya. Sisi, Christian, tell me, I'm still asking you this question because I want you guys to touch base with your manifestos. I want to know, how are you going to fight crime in the municipality, outside in our places where we spend a lot of time in our homes? How are you going to deal with this issue?
First of all, crime. You don't just start crime. You start crime because of the reasons. Mawunesizathu sokubana ubela ntoni, ngentubana mhlambe ulambi. Okanye you don't get a job. So now the thing is, we should go out there and try to find out why are these people committing these crimes. And the solution that the rehabilitation center can be there. Where can we build this? Where can we have this? We can go to these people where they sit, especially behind Rhino. There's those buildings that they are unused. We can use those buildings and build a rehabilitation center. When these people are there, we should be not like treating them as a drug addict or people that are committing crime. We should treat them as people that we always sit with and ask them what are they good in. If they're good in sports, let's create them, let's take them and put them to go and play sports and everything. And another thing that I should add on crime is that these people, when they know that they will do these things, it's because they know that there will be people inside that will be helping them not to be in jail or anything because of corruption. So now we should be more integrated in how these people stop these crimes, we should give them food. Probably have kitchen soup. When these people are full and they have clothes to wear, would you think that they'll go and steal? No, they won't. So now when we have these kitchen soups, all these people in town, we call them Paris, they will go and eat.
So you're telling us that you are going to feed them. All
Yes,
right.
we have to feed them.
Okay, utata we-AIC inguye kanye obeqale ngendaba yayo i-crime into okubana uzolibala kanjani. Andazi noba sinabo na abantu abakhona apho abarhalela ukubuza umbuzo ngaba sinabo. Oh, okay, asinabo abantu sinabo okwangoku abanye babanjwe i-network ndiyayiqonda loo nto leyo. Tata, apha edolophini amatatiyela abantu abaninzi basokoliswa ngumcimbi wamanzi. Nawe wena ukhansila uzokwenza kanjani ukuze apha edolophini sikwazi uba sibe nawo amanzi ngohlobo olurayithi, ungabikho xesha apho ndizoke ndivalelwe amanzi ngesizathu esingaziwayo?
Uyabona ke imeko yamanzi enyanisweni njengosithi ngesatisfied sinengxaki yayo yokuba kuzokuvalwa amanzi nezinye izinto like umbane kuthethwe ngento ze-rates and all that. Uyaqonda zinto ezibuhlungu ezo, but among things is that sisiya emanzini kune-problem. I still go back to municipality yokuba in reality ingaba thina singabantu are we really kamasipala doing enough auditing ebantwini who are working there to audit umuntu in charge for that particular department? You get it? Is he really being audited accordingly? Why is it like this? Because we'll have to audit per department ayiphethe. You get it? Audit kakuhle. Sinengxaki of auditing endiyibonayo which actually iqhubela corruption and all that. You get it? We don't audit enough about umuntu that particular money or that particular budget, then it is his or hers to deal with it. Get it? Uba singaku auditing, uba kutheni lento yalamanzi esenza lento siku-audite umuntu u-auditwe.
Okay, so that to be accountable for into yenzayo.
Exactly, ube accountable.
Le nto uyenza ngohlobo olurayithi.
Olurayithi na.
Okay, makesiva apha kusisi nantsi imeko ndiyibeka. Uyikhansila ngoku abantu abanawo amanzi.
We have to double check on our boreholes. Are they functioning well or not? If they are not functioning well, we should hire well-skilled people to go and double check and everything if it's functioning well. If we have these boreholes, we won't have problem of water. We won't.
All right, Shares.
You know, for many years the water was run by Notat local municipality until they brought Alfred and Zoe in. And ever since Alfred and Zoe took over our water, there's been endless problems, there's been crisis. People have water meters, but you're receiving a bill from Alfred and Zoe. Where's the corruption there?
Okay.
We give back the water to the municipality to run.
Yeah,
because we do have resources.
Just to touch on that,
yeah,
is that you you are prepaid.
Yeah.
There's prepaid meters in Ward 19.
And you're getting a bill.
People are getting bills for 70,000, 80,000. It's ridiculous. We have a dam up at the top, our town dam, that hasn't been desilted. How are we going to get running water properly from, they're talking about putting boreholes. Boreholes use a pump, which use a generator, which uses electricity, which we don't have. So when there's no electricity, there's no water. So you're sitting with the same problem that you had you just used the natural resources that we have in Matata.
That
Zetha ngamanzi. When was it? Was it around 2018, 2017 when Matad ran out of water? I remember those years that Matad, for the first time, it just ran out of water. There was no water. There were tanks that were put on the streets inside town. Now, my issue with water when I'm Sasazi is, where are our sources of water? As what 19? Is it the river? Is it the dams? Is it the boreholes? Where is it? Now, after we have answered that question adequately, we should go to the budget. Every single year, there is budget for this, there is budget for that. Among others, there is budget for water, for provision of water, because this is what the local municipality is all about, providing water. Okay, at least in this case, there is Alfred, which is a district municipality. Now we must ask them, now Alfred, or maybe change how they approach.
Yes, now it comes to a question. You are in a local municipality. You are a councillor there, and the water is administered there at the Alfred municipality. How do you think, you guys, what are you going to do to deal with this issue when it's managed at Alfredo, not here?
Let us influence the legislation that gives authority to Alfred and so as a district to supply water at local. Maybe there is a disjuncture right there, because now water, it's when I want to open the tap, I want to see water. But it cannot be given to somebody up there at a district level. Yet water is a local competence. It could be a local competence.
I just want you, any one of you, to answer this question. How, it's from Umbugeli Wetu, how will they address the issue of unemployment amongst young people? How will they tackle the GBVF, substance abuse, and gender-based violence? When you were dealing with your police, as it was very ATM is
ATM crime in a source, in a sizathu. We must first ask ourselves, who tell about the resort to crime? And if we can answer that question, we are able to solve that question. Maybe you will do certain things. Kanti abantu abafuni lonto. Thina siku ATM city, we don't go to the communities. We don't impose what we think to the communities, wherever they are.
So we're talking here about unemployment. How are you going to deal with the unemployment? And there is land of gender-based violence, femicide. DA, how are you going to deal with these issues? Youth unemployment, how are you going to tackle GPF?
Unemployment in Ward 19 is a big problem.
Yes.
Especially youth unemployment. Because once our kids are out of school, there is no place for them to go. Okay? We don't have a variety of markets in Ward 19. We got hardware stores, tons of them. We got furniture businesses, tons of them. We got retail, tons of them. But there aren't specific jobs that would employ, like if your son or your daughter studied advertising, you know, there's just nothing in there. And the way to do that now would be to try and attract investors in our town. To say, okay, we got hardware stores, but let's try maybe a nursery or let's try maybe some other business.
Okay.
You know?
How are you going to deal with
Okay, first and foremost, it comes back to Matad. Matad is a very rich municipality. We've got a lot of land, free land lying around here that can be utilized. They can put warehouses, They can open up factories. We can have clothing factories, shoe factories, also in the municipality. If they could start hiring local community members that are qualified enough and educated enough to get into those posts, it would make a very big difference.
I should add on what she's saying. Unemployment, what can we do? We should add farming. There's lands that are free, especially the one that were supposed to be a safe park. That park that is not even finished yet.
Okay.
That park we can farm there and make farming. Then people can be hired.
Okay.
And then we can also like add technicals like technical. Other people are good in hands. There's no other institutions around Matsatya, there's only one, which is in Maluti. That institution only provides with business studies. So now what should we do? We should add other things, skills. People can do a lot with their hands, like carpentry and everything like that.
Okay, Masia would be AIC.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
And to that what they just said. Not as they say, we've got a lot of land here. We
I've
get it.
noticed one.
Really, we've got a lot of land.
Yes.
Number one of the things is that we've just spoke about water. Water, we know that our systems are out of financing.
State.
Yes, ziyafunga kusetyenzwa, zisetyenzwe, zilungiswe. Another thing is that we have got our cars, our tractors, our trucks. As far as Bamzongwa, as far as anywhere, can't open anything that has got against tires for our tractors or for the family factories to make all that for our youth. But what to say that? Because our cars they are from far from inflation, from as far as quality to as far as far. You get it? To make a youth equal to say that.
Okay.
It's inside here. We've got a lot of land.
All right. Makasijonge ke futhi omnye umbuzo dade uthi wena uthetha nge-transformation uthi ngoku lo i-concern yam into okokubana le nto i-transformation iyothatha ixesha elide utransforma kungade kucace into okokubana kuba abantu balambile phaa.
Uyazi silapha nje, we must ask ourselves why sifike kanjani apha kule ndawo.
Okay.
Uthe ufuna uceka transformation. Ndithi mna silapha because I'm born 1958.
Yes.
I'm over 64 years or thereabout. Oko izinto zenziwa njani ngolu hlobo.
Okay.
Oko izinto zenziwa ngolu hlobo. Now kutheni angafuni ukuthi avumelane nami ukuthi there is 20 years to come.
Okay.
And in that 20 years to come, bona izawuthi lo obuzayo ulento umbukeli efika phakula 20 years izinto zizabe zitshintshile zingenjenanga njengoba zinje.
Okay. So we need time into yobana sikwazi.
Well, not time. Yes, we need time, but if we change ingqondo yabantu ukuthi we yonke into ukuba ayikenzeki arts.
All right. Makasithi ke ngokutsi evenkileni bethunana ke sivi into kokubana abo abantwana esibathumayo bazosithengela ntoni na sizawubuya ke singene kwimicimbi yendlela our roads potholes bona loo nto le into kokubana abantu bazodila kanjani.
Create beautiful memories for all your occasions with Bells Decor and Hire. We start from planning to executing your events, giving you stunning setups that are clean, classy, and to our clients' best taste. Bells Decor and Hire offers a variety of services from wedding to birthday decor to corporate and funeral decor. We also have an in-house flower boutique that offers breathtaking floral arrangements for all occasions. Having a strong team and resource center means we can offer services to our clients no matter how big the crowd. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 083 776 1284. Follow us on our social media pages, Instagram and Facebook at Bells_Deco_Hire. Bells Decor and Hire for all your event needs.
Kiss your car problems goodbye. M&J Automotive is here to help you. They specialize in mechanical and general maintenance, electrical wiring, motor vehicle service of all types of cars, and many more. On top, M&J is accredited with RMI, and they're the only ones also accredited with AA in the Northern Eastern Cape. And that is not all. M&J is in partnership with many car insurance companies. Good news, you can do your bookings and payments while at home using the link below. They operate Monday to Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. You can visit them at number 2 Mzamo Drive Industrial Park at Mount Fletcher. For more information, please contact Justice at 039 004 0059 or 061 490 1305. M&J Automotive Center, the experts in automotive technology.
Did you know that you can get up to 8,000 short-term loan with low interest rates at Mark Capital wherever you are in South Africa? We've made things easier for you because we understand your desperation. You just need to apply online using WhatsApp or email by sending your ID copy, latest pay slip, 3 months bank statement, and proof of residence to 078-692-0199 or email us at info@markcapitalloans.co.za or call 039-205-0005 from Monday to Friday between 8 and 5 p.m., Saturday between 8 and 1 p.m. Pensioners and weekly wages people are welcome. Terms and conditions apply. Mark Capital is registered with National Credit Regulator. Mark Capital, lending you a helping hand.
Let's welcome our viewers back. You are still watching the Informer Digital TV. We are having our councillor candidates from Ward 19. There is a question, Sharon, there is a question that I just want you to deal with. It's from Umbugeli Wetu. Uti, PA says there will be 0 rates paid should they get voted for. How will they generate revenue? Need them to balance me on that.
Okay, first maybe she's understanding me wrong. When I say 0 rates, meaning that when we take over, we wipe everything off clean, we start afresh. So all your old bills and everything that you had, we wipe it off, we start afresh. So we start on 0 and we move up. Yeah, that is what I was referring to.
Then how are you going to generate rates, Sharon?
What do you mean how to generate rates?
How are you going to generate the income for the municipality? Revenue, let me say.
Right. The income for revenue, you start from over. You go to Andrea's house, you look at it, you evaluate it. It gets evaluated according to the value, not according to assumptions. You will find even a lot of times people come and they do meter readings. When you ask them for the meter reading, it's not corresponding with the reading that is on your box.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So we do have means of doing that there, but I just need that there to be clear. I'm not saying that you will not pay rates. What I'm saying is we will start at 0. We start afresh. We start clean.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I will vote for you guys. All right. There are questions about the ANC representatives. We said when we were beginning our program that we have invited ANC, but the councillor candidate she does not have to be in this panel, so she decided not to come, although we spoke to the upper structure so that she can be released to come here. So she decided that she is very busy. Guys, when we were going to a break, I said we need to come back and talk about our roads. That potholes.
up and down.
Up and down that. Ubangajikela ngapha imoto iyatshayisa.
Isikakhulu ndade we must khona ngoku besiyenza imotorcade sisiya kwa Ward 3. Ward 3 nansi it's less than 5 kilos out of town. But once ufike kwa pha eithubulele zipotholes right through.
What is the problem that?
The problem is in misappropriation of funds in Msasas. Misappropriation, because like I said, you budget for those things. Yeah. Those things have got budget, but people are not held accountable because I can't give you 10 rand for repairing for potholes this year, and you don't give me a report. How far have you gone with my 10 rand? With the municipality, taxpayers 10 rand. And then next year I give you again. I give you next year based on what you have done this year. And if you don't do the work that you are cut out to do, then we must remove you. We must just take you out and get people who can do the job, on the job. Because there are people who are supposed to do that.
Dr. King, sometimes you will hear that at the municipality there's not enough money to do all those things. What is your comment?
There's always enough money. As my brother said, there's a budget for these things. And if we were to budget correctly, there would be these
Which
things.
is the correct way to budget?
You see, my thing is this, okay. If you maintain something, like a car, if you take your car, you bought your car new. If you take your car into your service department when it's time to service, the chances of your car breaking down are less than if you just drive your car unwillingly. Okay? So what I'm saying is, instead of letting it get to the point of potholes, why aren't we resurfacing? Why aren't we maintaining? Why, you know what I'm saying?
Sharon, what do you think about the roads?
Well, the roads are a disgusting issue. It has broken 4 of my rooms and the municipality didn't even compensate me. I'm sure I'm not the only one, there's many people. But with regards to the roads, we would say, move, do not give people a tender because the tender brings a lot of money, calls for a lot of money. Use the youth that is in the community that is unemployed. Train them and say, come guys, let's do the roads. Why must you hire people from Tata or wherever, give them these big fancy tenders and they come with these big trucks and things. They do the road after 3 weeks or 2 months again, same story. Use the community, use your people.
Yes,
I should say we should use the budget wisely. Be responsible in what you have given. When you use that budget for that money, use it. Just because you have the right to do so. No. It's not what I should benefit our community. When the community benefits from that, I was going to say you should hire people in that community. We should make a reference about where are these people coming from that are hired here. We don't know these people, but we should hire people that we know.
Dada?
You see, roads is something very sensitive. Especially when it comes to money. The roads are very expensive. When you deal with this machinery and the road and those sides. So then one of the mistakes I can say is that Sitataman who are not qualified for the roads. We give them big money. You get it? That is one problem of what. For the sake that in terms of whatever gravel, then I forget how on top and we say the road is right. The road is quite sensitive. As you said, the budget of the road, you cannot compare budget road and electricity for that matter. You get it? Those monies are running parallel, the other way. You get it? So then dealing with the roads is that use professional people, go to public works, who will bring in a man who are qualified, they will employ a man who are trained inside.
Okay, let's go to another issue now. People, as you will be, let's say you are there as councillors in the municipality. There's something called public participation. How are you going to deal with that? Because whenever there is a meeting, there are people that are complaining that we have never been invited. I've spoken especially to the white community, the business people. They are complaining that they are not invited in these meetings. What strategy can you influence that this strategy must be used in order for everybody to be accommodated in these meetings?
You know, when you want people to be fully participating into the meetings, you have what was quasi meetings.
Yes.
Go and into the meetings. Do meet about the street, whatever. That we've got this meeting dealing with this. Know what is affecting them directly. You get it? And then once people they start knowing this is directly, it's affecting me directly, people will come.
Okay.
But the moment you talk about something else, people they tend to
They tend to ignore.
They tend to ignore because
it does not affect.
It does not affect him as individual or as person.
All right.
We should use a source of media that will ensure all of us that we will get the message. Which source of media we should use? We should use broadcast medias. We should use social medias. We should put posters. We should have imibhobho, zikwazi, abantu bayazi. Inotice mayibekwe ezibhodini. Okay, everyone should see. Okay, nansi notice meeting. Yes.
Okay, Sharon, have you ever thought about this issue of people not attending meetings because they feel they are not invited?
Yes. Many times, and I will tell you why this happens to a lot of people, because most of the time the community is always excluded in decision making. But as the PA, because we are for the people, we go to them. What do you want us to do? You tell us what you want us to do, and we go back there and we go and make sure that we envisage to do what we stand for. And if there is a relationship between you and the community, I definitely doubt that there will be people that will not attend a meeting.
There are checks and balances to every community. And you can't govern a municipality or a town without the community.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense. So you got to get the participation of the community, and the only way you do that, whether it's like we were saying about the loud hailers and all that, right? Sometimes it doesn't work. What you need to do as the councillor is to be in the community.
Yes.
And the only way you can get someone to a meeting, because trust me, it's very hard. Even if they are invited, they don't go. Why? Because I'm going to touch on this issue, is that they are invited, but they do not have the decision making. So we invite the public and the community to a meeting, but we've already got the answers. So they say, well,
what is the use?
What's the use?
Okay.
How
do you feel about this issue?
In the first place, you start how you run a governance of the ward. How you run the ward. There are ward committees. Those ward committees have got ward representatives. That is, if there's Umaki Buxton Park, there is a ward committee member there. And all Itsugulele or Up and Down or New J, there should be ward committee members. Now, if you call a meeting today, first of all, before I go there, find out why they don't come to the meetings. You can get feedback from the ward committee members.
Yes.
They tell you that those people are saying they are not being listened to. Because you can't go to a meeting, you know that no, I'm wasting my time and my contribution is nil. Now get it from the ward committee members. Why is Andile, why is your community in that section of the ward not coming to the meetings?
There's something that I observe here in town, where you find that the white community have got their place to meet, and then Tina, sine community hall, Postibana corner, and then you've got Sharon there, Bane Abi now, peasants. How do you put together a community as a Matatiel so that they can be able to work together and achieve the goals as Zobenza Bahlale Bengabantu, Ababedele, Wegona Rondole, Omnyangahlali Paya, Omnyahlale Paya, Wegona Rond, Kebusekenzo, because we own, we must bam own, and how are you going to make it happen?
Hey, it's a very difficult question, but for me, it will always be people who are not transformed. Because if I still keep my little corner there and somebody else, it simply tells me that that old order is still there. The new order, or the transformation order, this is what I'm going to call it, it has not filtered in. So people are still keeping, me and Conrad, we don't feel safe in each other's space. I see as a foreigner or as a stranger. I see Andile as something else. So let's start and try and have coercion. What is this? Not coercion, but
social cohesion.
Yeah, I think social cohesion is the name. Yeah, is the term. Let's have programs that will take care of that. Maybe we can start by having some clubs. There is out here. I'm a member of Country Club.
Yeah.
I paid my 600, I think it was. Where we have darts there, we have all sorts of indoor sports. When I meet Conrad here, but we always meet there. He's not seeing me as a stranger because we always meet in this social gatherings.
All right. Yeah. How do you feel, Conrad? How can you?
I think for, especially in Ward 90, we put these restrictions on ourselves.
Okay.
We say to ourselves, oh hey, I don't want to go there, or there's hey, it's dangerous there, or I don't want to go there because it's white people, or I don't want to go there because it's that. No, we do that. And to be quite honest, as we were saying, he's a member of the country club, right? When he walks into the country club, he's seen as someone, you see, as just a normal community member. So it's in our minds what we have put. We've put those restrictions.
Shaz, how do you feel about this?
But first and foremost, there's a division in Matata. And the only way to stop this division is if we are standing united. And you cannot stand united if you're not in Christ. And if Christ is there, united we will stand, divided we will fall. PA believes in God. PA believes that we are all together in this together. We're all in the struggle. We all suffered in the struggle. You understand? And because of our way of life and our thinking and our mentality that we are passing this down to our generations, and our children are growing up with that type of mentality. You know why? Asinabuntu.
EFF, you are representing EFFCC upper and you are young. We are born and how would you contribute?
We should have a panel squeeze. When we have these panel squeeze, we should teach other people that we are equal. And then singabi nezinye indawo that are expensive. Because in the expenditure, how much you take out so that you can be there will stop me not going there. So again, by taking out not in we should think about there are people that are not working. I know I want to be there, just that I don't have means to be there.
Okay.
So now we have to minimize and contribute ukuthi abanye abantu bona bazokwazi na ukuthi bazi-attend ezinye izinto.
I see.
In reality is that this question is something we had before of meeting. We used to meet black and whites, a country club. Sometime. We would meet the Mr. Rollins, Mr. whoever, Dr. Helen and all that. We never had this problem before. We used to meet there.
I wonder how much I do.
I wonder. We used really to meet the country club. We would even go up to the Farmers Association. They would come all the way here. So Diwana.
Okay.
Really, as I say, if we can go back to that strategy we used to make before, we used really to meet, and they had no problem with all these guys. I don't know even when we were discussing the fencing of that before that fence, we were all there. When we were discussing about that fencing.
Okay. Lastly, you are standing as a candidate kule ward. Kwenzeke mhlawumbi uwine uyongena ecounseling okanye masithawina kodwa kwenzeke ungene ecounseling ube yiCouncil. I-vision yakho xa ucinga into yoba ndiyi-councillor ucinga into lokuqala oyicingayo uba fanele ndifike ndiyithi phaa ecounseling ukuze izinto mna ndizofike ndenzele yayibona loo nto umbono wakho uthini?
Suppose into akawina ngabantu phaa ngaphakathi.
Yes.
Among many things, so that you are really running for imatatiye.
Yes.
Uba ibe sendaweni. Be a watchdog.
Okay.
Look at it. See to about things are being done accordingly. According to the agreement, according to the meeting we had, according to what should happen.
Awuzumamela ipati yakho uba hey le nto uzuyenza kanje thina siyifuna kanje.
Actually, the party will work its own way, but as I say, you are there. But the right thing to be done is this one.
Okay.
Because one thing that actually makes things the other way around. Of course, abantu lo winileyo. Wenza izinto party yakhe.
Yes.
That is the actual thing. As I say, the watchdog, what things will be done according to.
Sisi.
Okay, Mr. Benjizothi mina. When I get in there, one thing is we should work with respect and honesty. When you're honest enough, makwenza i-agreement ezithile, mawubona uba le ayikho right. Consider saying no or yes. Don't say yes to everything just because you sit.
Are you not going to be radical? EFF is not going to be radical. I'm not going to say order.
When there is needed to be order, we have to call for order.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't just call for order when there is no necessity.
Okay, Chef. Tell me, you are there now. How are you going to push things, make easy to
I have to ensure that everything is going according to protocol and not according to any political organization, because everything has a protocol and there are rules and regulations that need to follow, and we're going to go according to the stipulated rules and regulations.
Are you going to stand up there and say, hey, Mamu Speaker,
No,
don't do
no.
that?
Yes.
How are you going to deal with this issue? Are you going to say order, Mamu Speaker? There must be
Yeah. When it calls for it, because at the end of the day, I am accountable to those who put me there.
Yes.
And I am the spokesman for them.
Yes.
So if I see that things are not done properly, yes, there's going to be a fight.
Okay.
And yes, I will do it respectfully, but you are going to hear from him.
Okay. Nasi isicala senkosi.
Isicala senkosi sithi thina as UTM city, in whose interest?
Okay.
Because singena pha in the interest of the community. If what is being done is in the interest of the community, then sishayo umunwe. If we see or we slightly suspect that it is not in the interest of the community, hell, we're going to go to break loose.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank the guests. ngexesha abathe basinika lona sibanike nje short notice into okubana babe khona apha kodwa guys sibulela kuye ke uTshepo Letsi apha ecaleni kwam kwe-ATM sibulele ku Conrad King we-DA sibulele ku Sherin Davi Bates we-PA sibulele kuye uChristine Maybek we-EFF sibulele kuTata
Voice Miyekezi.
Natsoko Tata Miyekezi ngowe-AIC ndiyabulela kuni kakhulu sibuye sitsho sithi besiba invitile ke bethunana nabe-African National Congress. We are very disappointed. The response that we got from the African National Congress or from the councillor candidate of the African National Congress, the leaders, they tried by all means. We spoke to the regional secretary, we spoke to the lady that is leading the elections here locally, but she said, I'm very busy, I'm not coming there. I don't know whether you undermine us or you undermine the community that is putting you in that position. We thank you very much. We thank you to you, our viewers. What we would like you to do is to share and like Informa Digital TV, ube subscribe ku YouTube page yetu.